Time is the one thing you cannot bargain for, buy back, or borrow. It moves whether you're ready or not. It doesn't slow down when you're behind or speed up when you're ahead. Time is moving, ticking, calling you to either step up or step aside. Some of us are waiting for the right moment, but let me tell you, the right moment is the moment you decide to act. Time is not going to wait for you to feel ready. It's not going to pause while you deal with fear, insecurity, or doubt. The only way to make time work for you is to move in faith. Time is the one thing that every human being possesses in equal measure, yet not everyone values it the same way. You can lose money and work to regain it. You can lose possessions and replace them. You can even lose relationships and rebuild them. But when time slips through your fingers, there is no way to get it back. It is the most precious resource, because once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. People chase wealth, influence, and success, believing that these things will give them power. But true power lies in the way you manage your time. You can have all the money in the world, but if you waste your time, you will live in frustration, wondering why your life isn't moving forward. There are people with fewer resources, fewer opportunities, and fewer connections, yet they accomplish more because they understand that time is not to be spent carelessly. It is to be invested wisely. Look at the wealthiest people in the world, the most successful leaders, and the most influential minds. They have the same 24 hours in a day as you do. The difference is not in how much time they have, but in how they choose to use it. Every second is a choice. Do you invest it in something meaningful, or do you let it slip away? Do you use it to grow, to learn, to build, or do you allow distractions to consume it? The reality is, every single day you are making deposits with your time. The question is, what kind of return are you getting? The problem is that many people treat time as if it is unlimited. They act as if they have forever to get things right, to start the business, to pursue their dreams, to work on their relationships, to step into their purpose. But the truth is, time is constantly moving, whether you use it wisely or not. You cannot pause it. You cannot rewind it. And the most dangerous illusion is believing that you can always do later what should be done now. Later is not promised. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. What you fail to do today may never get done. Some people live in regret, looking back on the years they wasted, wishing they had been more intentional with their time. They realize too late that time was the only thing they could never recover. While you are waiting, while you are hesitating, while you are making excuses, time is still moving forward. It does not stop to wait for you to be ready. It does not slow down while you figure things out. It keeps going, and the only way to make it work for you is to recognize its value before it's too late. When you start seeing time as currency, you begin to make different choices. You stop wasting it on things that do not matter. You stop giving it away to people who drain you. You stop using it on activities that do not align with your purpose. Instead, you begin to invest it in things that will bring you closer to the life you were created to live. You become more intentional about how you spend your days, because you understand that each day is an opportunity, and every opportunity is a chance to move forward. Many people ask for more money, for more opportunities, for more resources. But what they really need is more wisdom in managing their time. Because the truth is, if you know how to manage your time well, everything else will fall into place. Time is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you misuse it, you will always feel like you are running behind. If you master it, you will always find yourself in position for what's next. The people who achieve great things are not necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to waste time. They understand that success is not about how much time you have, but how well you use it. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is in how you spend your time. Every moment of your life carries potential. Every second that passes is a seed being planted, whether you realize it or not. The question is not whether you are planting, it's what you are planting. Because every thought you entertain, every action you take, and every habit you maintain is shaping the harvest you will eventually reap. Think about a farmer. A farmer does not wait until the perfect conditions to plant a seed. He doesn't sit around hoping that the weather will be just right before he starts working. He understands that his future harvest depends on what he plants now. He does not see an empty field as nothing, he sees it as potential. He knows that if he sows wisely in time, he will reap abundantly. But if he neglects to plant, or worse, if he sows the wrong seeds, he will have nothing but regret when the harvest season comes. Your life works the same way. Every choice you make, every hour you spend, every effort you put forth is like a seed going into the ground. The results you see in your future will not be determined by luck or coincidence. They will be the outcome of the seeds you are planting today. The way you use your time right now is creating the life you will have 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Some people are waiting for a better season to start planting. They say, "I'll work on my dreams when I have more time," or "I'll start changing my habits when life slows down." But just like in nature, you cannot reap a harvest from seeds you never planted. You cannot expect results from time you never invested. Too many people want the reward without the responsibility. They want success without sacrifice. But the truth is, your future is only as promising as the seed you sow today. Every second that passes is an opportunity. When you choose to read instead of scrolling mindlessly on your phone, you are planting a seed of knowledge. When you choose to exercise instead of making excuses, you are planting a seed of health. When you choose to spend time developing your skills instead of wasting your energy on distractions, you are planting a seed of growth. Every moment you invest in something productive, something meaningful, something that aligns with your purpose, is a seed that will yield results in due time. But here's what many people fail to understand: bad seeds also grow. If you plant negativity, you will reap discouragement. If you plant procrastination, you will reap stagnation. If you plant excuses, you will reap missed opportunities. Every second you waste in doubt, fear, or laziness is a seed that will eventually grow into a harvest of frustration and regret. Look at the people who are thriving in their purpose. They did not wake up one day and suddenly find themselves successful. No, they planted seeds. They invested their time wisely. They made sacrifices. They chose discipline over comfort. They understood that the choices they made each day were either moving them closer to their destiny or further away from it. The challenge for you today is this: what kind of seeds are you planting with your time? Because whether you like it or not, the harvest is coming. You cannot escape the consequences of the seeds you have sown. If you want a life of abundance, purpose, and fulfillment, you must start planting the right seeds now. Procrastination is one of the greatest thieves of destiny. It disguises itself as comfort, as safety, as the illusion that you have more time than you actually do. It whispers you can do it later, while robbing you of the opportunities that only exist right now. Procrastination does not announce its destruction loudly. It creeps in quietly, convincing you that delay is harmless. But what you don't realize is that every time you put something off, you are pushing your purpose further and further away. Many people believe that they are waiting for the right time to pursue their dreams, start their business, write their book, or change their habits. But the truth is, time is not waiting on them. Every moment you delay is a moment lost forever. Every day you tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," you are making it easier to say the same thing the next day, and the next, until eventually, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. Before you know it, you are looking back, wondering where all your time went. Procrastination does not just steal time, it steals momentum. When you continuously put things off, you train your mind to accept excuses rather than take action. You become comfortable in your delays, and before you even realize it, you have created a habit of hesitation. You start waiting for motivation instead of relying on discipline, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. One of the biggest lies procrastination tells you is that you need to feel ready before you start, that you need to have everything figured out before you take the first step. But no one who ever accomplished anything great started with all the answers. They started with action. They moved forward despite their fears, despite their doubts, despite their uncertainties. Because they understood that progress does not come from waiting, it comes from doing. Think about how much time you have already wasted on things that do not serve your purpose. Hours spent scrolling through social media, waiting for the perfect moment, putting off important tasks because they feel overwhelming. But here's the truth. The task will not get any easier with time. The longer you wait, the heavier it feels. The more you delay, the more resistance builds. What seems difficult today will only seem harder tomorrow. There are people right now who are living beneath their potential, not because they lack talent, not because they lack resources, but because they have convinced themselves that they have more time than they actually do. They have fallen into the trap of believing that they can start later, only to find that later never comes. Some of you have ideas, goals, and dreams that you keep putting off because you think you need more time to prepare. But the truth is, you don't need more time, you need more urgency. You need to recognize that time is passing whether you use it wisely or not. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, not intelligence, not even opportunity. It's the ability to take action now. Procrastination is deceptive because it does not seem dangerous in the moment. It feels like a harmless decision, a minor delay. But what starts as a small delay can quickly become a pattern, a habit, a lifestyle. And before you know it, you have spent years waiting instead of working, dreaming instead of doing, hoping instead of acting. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to wait for the perfect conditions. You don't have time to sit on your dreams, expecting life to hand you opportunities while you hesitate. Everything you want, everything you desire, everything you are capable of achieving is on the other side of action. But as long as you allow procrastination to control your decisions, your purpose will remain out of reach. Opportunities are not unlimited. They do not wait forever. Every open door has an expiration date, and if you are not prepared to walk through it when the time comes, you may never get that chance again. Life does not pause for indecision. It does not slow down because you are unsure, hesitant, or afraid. Opportunities move at the speed of time, and time does not wait for anyone. Many people assume that if they miss one opportunity, another will always come along. They convince themselves that they can delay, that they can push things off until they feel ready, but what they fail to realize is that some opportunities are once in a lifetime. Some doors open only for a moment, and if you are not ready to step through, they will close just as quickly as they appeared. Think about the moments in your life when you felt a strong urge to act on something, a business idea, a career move, a relationship, a creative endeavor. You felt a pull, a nudge, a divine prompting to move forward. But instead of acting, you hesitated. You overanalyzed. You allowed fear to convince you that it wasn't the right time. And so, you let the moment pass. And now, looking back, you wonder what would have happened if you had said yes instead of later. Regret is the weight of missed opportunities. It is the realization that time gave you a chance, but you let it slip away. And here's the hard truth. Some opportunities do not return. Some doors close permanently. And when they do, you can either learn from it, or you can spend your life wishing you had been bold enough to take the leap. Opportunities have expiration dates because time keeps moving. What is available today may not be available tomorrow. The connections, the resources, the conditions that align to create a perfect moment will not stay the same forever. And the problem with waiting too long is that by the time you finally decide to act, the window has already closed. You must learn to recognize when the moment is right, because opportunities do not always announce themselves. They do not come wrapped in clear signs, screaming, This is your chance. Sometimes they come disguised as risks, as uncomfortable decisions, as moments of uncertainty that require faith. And the reason so many people miss their opportunities is that they are waiting for perfect conditions. But perfect conditions do not exist. If you are waiting for certainty, you will wait forever. If you are waiting for a guarantee that everything will work out before you move, you will never take the first step. The greatest opportunities often come with uncertainty, but the difference between those who seize them and those who miss them is courage. There are people who step into opportunities even when they are afraid. They understand that fear does not mean stop, it means go anyway. They recognize that hesitation is the enemy of progress, so they act before they talk themselves out of it. They see a door opening, and instead of standing there questioning, they walk through it, and, because of that, they find themselves in places they never imagined, experiencing things they never thought possible. But then there are others who hesitate, who wait, who assume they have more time, only to realize too late that the moment has passed. They wake up one day and see someone else living the dream they could have had, someone else thriving in the career they almost pursued, someone else enjoying the success they talked about but never acted on. And that realization that they let their own hesitation rob them of what was meant for them is one of the most painful feelings a person can experience. You cannot afford to let opportunities pass you by. You cannot afford to be passive about time, believing that another chance will always come. Because while some doors may reopen, some will not. And you do not want to look back on your life and realize that you missed the very things you were praying for simply because you did not act when the time was right. The future is not something that just happens to you. It is something you build with the choices you make every single day. Every hour, every moment, every decision is shaping the life you will live tomorrow. If you want to know where you will be in 5 years, look at what you are doing with your time right now. Because success is not built in a day, it is built daily. Many people dream of a better future. They talk about the life they want to live, the things they hope to accomplish, the success they wish to achieve. But while they are dreaming, someone else is working while they are hoping. Someone else is moving while they are waiting for the perfect moment. Someone else is taking action now. And that is the difference between those who achieve their future and those who only imagine it. The future does not arrive overnight. It is the result of small, consistent actions. The way you spend your time today determines what doors will open for you tomorrow. If you spend your time wisely investing in growth, developing skills, building discipline, your future will reflect that. But if you waste time procrastinating, making excuses, avoiding the hard work, your future will reflect that too. People often wonder why some seem to rise while others stay stuck. The answer is not luck. It is not talent. It is how they use their time. The person who dedicates an hour a day to learning something new will, over time, surpass the one who spends that same hour scrolling through distractions. The person who takes action despite fear will move forward, while the one who hesitates will stay in the same place. You must understand that your time is the most valuable resource you have. It is more valuable than money, more valuable than opportunity, more valuable than talent. Because money can be regained, opportunities can be recreated, and talent can be developed. But time, once it is gone forever. You cannot expect a powerful future while living with careless time habits. You cannot reach your goals while wasting your most precious resource on things that do not serve you. You cannot build a strong, successful, purpose-driven life while spending your time in ways that weaken you. What you do today matters more than you realize. Every small choice, whether to study or to scroll, whether to practice or to procrastinate, whether to take action or to delay, adds up. These small decisions create patterns, and patterns create habits, and habits create your life. So, if you want to change your future, you must first change how you use your time. There is a harsh reality that many people refuse to face. Once time is gone, it is gone forever. You cannot rewind it, you cannot pause it, and you cannot get it back. Every second that passes is a second you will never see again. And yet so many people live as if time is unlimited, as if they have forever to chase their dreams, fix their mistakes, and become who they were meant to be. They waste time without realizing that every lost moment is a lost opportunity. Some people look back at their lives and feel an overwhelming sense of regret. Regret for the years they wasted in toxic relationships. Regret for the opportunities they ignored out of fear. Regret for the talents they never developed, the dreams they never pursued, the risks they never took. They replay their past, wishing they had done things differently, wishing they had valued their time instead of throwing it away on things that never mattered. And that regret can be paralyzing. It can make you feel like it's too late, like you've lost too much time to ever recover. But here's what you must understand. While you cannot change the time you have lost, you can change the time you have left. You can redeem your future by changing how you handle your present. The rest of your life does not have to be defined by the time you wasted. It can be redefined by the time you choose to invest from this moment forward. People often say, "I wish I had started sooner." They wish they had begun working on their goals years ago. They wish they had taken their dreams seriously when they were younger. But do you know what is worse than starting late? Never starting at all. Do you know what is more painful than wasted years? Continuing to waste more years because you feel like it's too late. You must refuse to let regret keep you stuck. If you have lost time, acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward. The only way to redeem time is to be intentional with what you have left. The only way to overcome the pain of lost years is to make the years ahead count. Because no matter how much time you have wasted in the past, you still have the power to shape your future. But redemption requires urgency. It requires a shift in how you view time. If you have spent years procrastinating, now is the time to take action. If you have wasted energy on things that drained you, now is the time to focus on what builds you. If you have let fear control your decisions, now is the time to move despite fear. You cannot afford to keep living with the same patterns that caused you to lose time in the first place. Redeeming time means eliminating distractions that steal your focus. It means setting clear priorities and committing to them. It means recognizing that every single day matters and treating it as a building block for the future you want. It means understanding that while you may have lost time, you still have time, but only if you choose to use it wisely. Time does not stop for anyone, and it does not give second chances. But it does give new chances, chances to change, chances to grow, chances to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And the decision to redeem your time is one that only you can make. Time is not just something that passes, it is something that builds. It builds your habits, your character, your future. Every second you are given is an opportunity to create something greater, to move closer to your purpose, to become the person you are meant to be. But the difference between those who rise and those who remain is not luck, not talent, not opportunity. It is how they choose to use their time. You cannot go back and change the moments you wasted, but you can decide what to do with the moments ahead. The power of your future is in your hands, and the key is intentionality. Be intentional with your focus. Be intentional with your discipline. Be intentional with your vision. Stop waiting for the right time. It will never come. Stop making excuses. They will never serve you. The time to act is now. If you want to change your life, start by changing your time habits. Cut out distractions. Stop feeding procrastination. Make decisions that align with the life you desire, not just the comfort of the moment. Because success, fulfillment, and purpose are not built on what you plan to do someday. They are built on what you commit to doing today. You only have one life, one chance to write your story, one opportunity to make the most of the time you have been given. So don't waste another moment. Don't live in regret. Redeem your time. Value your time, and watch how time begins to work in your favor.